guys, in this video I want to talk about how I organize and store photos and videos after a shoot. So one thing to note before we get into the storage process is it's nice to have a camera body that has two SD card slots. That's because you can obviously have two SD cards which can hold a lot more photos, but when you're shooting something that's really important, that really matters a lot, whether it be a wedding or a corporate shoot or something that has it's kind of a one and done, like you're at the perfect place for the perfect sunset, you know you want to have those files. Even if an SD card decides to corrupt or break down, you can write your photos and video files to two SD cards at once, which is kind of nice. So when you get home, or before you get home, you don't want to drop your SD cards like that. But basically, sometimes I'm on shoots where I don't want to have to bring along my laptop, and generally the workflow of most photographers is to have your SD cards, plug them into your laptop, and then dump them into a hard drive. I kind of picked up this recently, which is a hard drive a lot like the classic lacy drives that people use. This is a 2 terabyte, this is also a 2 terabyte, so there is a size difference, but this has a cool feature. So even in the field without a laptop, you can plug this into this drive here. There's a slot for SD cards. And you can click this button and it'll back up every photo and video file off your SD card onto this drive. So you know you at least have your photos and videos in two spots before you get home. And then when you get home, you can plug your laptop into the USB-C, transfer everything over into your other hard drive, which I'll get into a sec, super quickly because it does transfer faster than the SD card. So when I get home, I transfer everything onto a RAID drive. We have a big 20 terabyte drive in the corner here. It is the Lacy Too Big RAID drive, I believe it's called. But basically, I'll show you now how I organize the footage once I bring them in from the SD card onto the drive. So it's organized by year, by location, and by date. So let's go. All right, now we're on our desktop. So let's say hypothetically that I just plugged in this SD card after a shoot, went in to get my video files, and then I had this, let's do the ice castle video. I had that footage in my hard drive and it's not backed up anywhere, and I want to throw it on my Lacy drive. Oh, here we go. So this is basically how I organize the front page of my RAID hard drive. I have year 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. So let's just say hypothetically I shot this today. So I'll open up 2019, I'll go to videos, and I'll clean this up a little bit so you get how it's organized. Let's actually say I recorded this in 2018 so you get a better idea of what it looks like at the end. So let's say I recorded this ice castle draft on the 24th of December, so Christmas Eve. So this is what I do usually. I'd make a new folder, I'd go month, so December 12th, 24, Christmas Eve, and then I'd do the ice castles. So basically, by having the month here and the day, it'll keep everything in order once you click clean up by name, which is kind of nice. So I'll have this at the bottom. So I'll click into this, drag my files into here, and then I'll have my new folder. And then I just do this each time I get home. And I do have a video folder for 2018, and then I also have a photos folder to keep things split up. I haven't put everything in here yet because I'm still transferring off my old hard drives. Used to use these ones, but these are only 4 terabytes, and then I had all this footage on like 5 different drives. I have this drive here, and another hard drive somewhere too. So having the RAID drive that's 20 terabytes, you can have everything on one hard drive, and it's just kind of nice. And I'm going to be editing a 2018 kind of like recap video, and it's hard when all the footage is spread across 5 drives and you can only plug in 2 at once into your laptop. So it's helpful to have a big drive. So basically that's all I want to touch on. One more thing is that backups, so those RAID drives, are different than a normal hard drive. So the RAID drive can be configured differently to create redundance, so that if part of there's a corrupt file in there and it causes the hard drive to crash, you can actually save all your footage within the RAID drive by setting up a different configuration. So it's a bit complicated to explain entirely, but it ranges from RAID 0 to RAID 5, and it's just different configurations and keeps your footage safe as you kind of move from RAID 0 to RAID 5. But what you lose out on is total space. So this 20 terabyte, if I went from RAID 0 to RAID 1 even, I'd go from 20 terabytes of space to 10 terabytes of space, because it basically writes it to each disk in the hard drive separately. And one more thing I want to touch on is online cloud backup. Now, I haven't actually subscribed to any services yet, but it's been on my mind, so I will do another update video when I find a good solution to cloud storage for 20 terabytes of footage. A lot of people recommend and use Backblaze, but after looking at customer reviews on different websites that aren't Backblaze, like every single one of them is 1 star, pretty much saying that like try to actually recover your footage after you lose it all, and you won't be able to with their company. It'll work until you need to recover footage, which is the whole point of it anyway. So I'm gonna keep researching, and hopefully I'll find something that is works well and is not too expensive. So yeah, thanks for watching. Until next time.